Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Everything Construction Market Watch Edition. I'm your host, Gloria Marie, a general contractor by trade, now the East Coast leader for luxury, custom, and outdoor at Enzer Tile and Stone. I hope everybody is having an awesome end to the month of October or start to November, depending on when you are watching this pre-recorded episode. I am currently traveling, so we decided instead of having technical difficulties with Wi-Fi and internet while on the road, that I would pre-record an episode which we will release either at the end of the week or the beginning of the following week. So as we close out another quarter and get ready to tee off Q4, we thought it would be important to round up the top headlines and the continued trends in our industry. When I re-kicked off the show, actually a couple of weeks ago, I spoke at length with Rose about her journey in the construction industry, in the architecture, engineering, construction space. Construction is so much more than just picking up the hammer or pliers, if you will. I'm looking at a pair of pliers actually right now on my desk, the skilled trades. But the one thing that without a doubt has been topping off all of the freaking headlines, and yes, I just said freaking headlines, all of the headlines is actually the NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang, who pretty much said the opposite about tech careers. A lot of folks are speaking about tech layoffs and AI taking jobs, but he's saying the complete opposite. And the people set to win big aren't tech engineers. They're actually tradespeople. And we agree. We spoke at length on that episode and previous episodes about AI. And AI still needs infrastructure. And we, the construction industry, are the ones who build that, whether we're, on the trade side in the field, whether we're general contracting and managing the projects, whether we're on the supply side like I am now and providing some of the materials for the infrastructure, and so many other jobs and positions in between, including the banks that fund all of this. So, the key takeaways, I think, from the article is that every new AI data center, or, the headlines, because there's so many articles about this, and you can literally Google NVIDIA and Jensen Huang, and it will come up. And I apologize if I'm butchering the enunciation or pronunciation of either of those. But, data centers, EV plants, smart homes, cloud facilities, all of these things need power and cooling. Cooling is so important. And structure, as somebody who's been a member of 7x24 Exchange, advocating for data centers, IT, and mission critical careers in the AEC space over the past couple of years, I've seen this growth firsthand. And I also see the need for, not just tradespeople, but we're looking at carpenters using digital layout tools. We're looking for welders trained in automation. We're looking for people in tech who are familiar with and or interested in enough to have transferable skills for BIM, right? So there's a lot going on, I think, and I think that the reason that this is catching so much attention is because of who it is that is saying this. We've had Mike Rowe and the likes of Mike Rowe and others advocating for trade careers over the past decade plus. But now that AI is this hot topic, and millennials like myself who, were pushed to pursue tech careers in coding versus, skilled trades or jobs that had anything to do with manufacturing, distribution, and or the build side of things, whether it's in architecture, design, engineering, life sciences, etc., are looking at layoffs And I myself left the white collar world, if you will, almost a decade ago now, which is insane to even say that, almost a decade ago now, because I saw a lot of things that I didn't want to see in real estate. I already saw tech taking over real estate jobs and development careers, and the need for broker agents or buyer agents in many markets, right? And there's still a space for that, particularly in commercial real estate. But I saw these trends, and also, as most of you who know me and know me really well, and if you don't, you will get to know me really well, I do not know how to sit still. And I have been sitting this entire introduction and this entire time period, and I think my PR coach will be extremely satisfied in how well I have done with maintaining my hands below the desk and also not fidgeting entirely way too much, although it is completely a part of my personality. So, of course, the second thing I think that is really big, and it's an unforeseen and unfortunate event, particularly for those in the Caribbean and Caribbean Americans from the island of Jamaica, is Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. And that came out of nowhere, and it's the strongest hurricane that has ever hit the island of Jamaica, causing, I think, insured losses at this point is in the couple of billions. I'm sure that that will go up as, assessments continue to, occur on the island. But the storm struck Jamaica on October 28th as a Category 5 with sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, which, kind of caused damage on the western parish of the Black River to about 76% of buildings, according to Bloomberg and other sources from The Guardian. And as news continues to unfold, I'm sure that I will start to post some of this on my LinkedIn feeds, maybe revive my X feed, and talk a little bit about the rebuild and reconstruction efforts and what that looks like for Jamaica's building codes. I recall the island of St. Croix, which is where my family currently lives and lived and resided during Hurricane Hugo back in the late 1980s, 1989. I think it was, and my sources can fact check me on that, but that was a hurricane that devastated the islands of St. Croix and all the other U.S. Virgin Islands. A lot of the building codes were revised and revisited at that time. I know that Jamaica had some building code changes during the last hurricane back in, I think, 1988 was for them. And, every time that we have these natural disasters, as unfortunate as they are, it gives us an opportunity to study infrastructure and to see what we can do moving forward to better the building codes and also to improve on a small island nation or a small town. In the Midwest, they have a lot of tornadoes and things to make it better. And so I know that the island of Jamaica has an official donation site. They are extremely organized in the aftermath of this hurricane. So I definitely want to give flowers where flowers are due here. I believe that, the rebuild efforts are going to be very quick. And I see a lot of different brands from the island of Jamaica making waves here in the United States, both in South Florida and in the Northeast, and, putting together donation centers at their retail locations or, at different organization and community centers across the areas where they'll, partner with other organizations to ship these items to the island. From the construction side of things, I would say that, generators is a big thing. So if any of my viewers are interested in donating to the island outside of donating financially and allowing the government obviously to spearhead the efforts, because they obviously are going to know best what they need. I know that generators are a big deal, and you can most certainly shoot me over a direct message or comment here, and I would connect you all with experts and or anybody in my network that I think can help and facilitate that. But I know that also hand tools, power tools, and equipment is going to be necessary for the rebuild effort. And they do have stores there, but it's not like we're in the United States, can't drive to your local big box hardware store and pick these things up. So yeah, I think if the construction industry wants to do anything to give back, these are ways that we can give back as an industry and give back to the island of Jamaica, which has given so much, I think, to the world. I mean, it is one of the top places to visit, one of the top beaches in the world, and their culture, from their food, their music, and everything lives rampant globally. So yeah, I think as a community, we owe it to the island of Jamaica to help with the rebuild efforts. And to close out today's episode, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention that we are kicking off Q4, and there are a lot of things that will and could affect the political climate, being one of them, regardless of whether you lean to the left or you lean to the right or you lean center. There are some local elections taking place this coming week, the first week of November, which could affect, your local economy. So I would tell people to just kind of pay attention to that, to what is going on in their local market and their local economy. Obviously, nationally, there is always things going on. So would definitely say that you want to check with your suppliers and your vendors directly. I believe that everybody is handling this differently. I have spoken to so many people about how anything in the political world climate could affect construction. And the reality is that there is no one sole answer from anybody. Everybody is handling this completely differently. And so I would encourage folks to check with their contractors, their vendors, their suppliers, and just ask point blank directly how they are handling, any of the trends or things in politics that could affect economics, the cost of construction, which is overall gone up. I do see that it has gone up, I would say about 15–20%. I also believe wholeheartedly that there is a little bit of a slowdown in permitting, as well as a little bit of an effect on how quickly building departments are issuing permits and or approving filing proofs and things of that nature for both my clients in South Florida and my clients in the Northeast. So, I, again, would encourage folks to check their local news and make their own assessments on exactly how that could be affecting them. So anywho, with that, I just wanted to close out this brief episode. Again, my name is Gloria Marie. I am your host. All opinions and everything that I've stated today are of my own. I know that I am partnered with a ton of brands. So if you want more information about me or about hiring me as a speaker for your next event, you can go to my website, which is www.gmariefuentes.com.